Good afternoon, fellow teachers and educators. This week I have been looking at the mathematical concept of bilateral symmetry with my kinder group. We have been exploring the ideas that two halves make a whole, and we then have discovered that by focusing on these characteristics and the parts of the same object, they are the same on both sides, producing a mirror image. This introduces the children to the concept of bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry is when a figure has two sides that are mirror image of one another. It is then possible to draw a line through the pictures of an object, and along either side of the image it would look the same. This line is called the line of symmetry. Understanding bilateral symmetry is important for children to develop concepts of classifications and characteristics of shapes and parts of objects. We started discovering more about this concept by exploring the natural environment and asking the children to find objects in the garden that were the same on both sides. As you can see, the children have found a leaf here which has a clear line of symmetry across the centre, with the shape of either side being identical. This leaf has a vertical line of symmetry with the smaller leaves on either side of the stem mirroring images of each other. The flower demonstrates another aspect of symmetry, where the line of symmetry can be drawn on any point through the centre to present a mirror image. While this flower has a line drawn through the centre to demonstrate the line of symmetry. These clamshells are joined at the line of symmetry, with each shell being identical to each other. And the ladybird's wings demonstrates bilateral symmetry, with the dots on the wings being identical. After finding these objects, we discussed the characteristics of each and discovered that each had a half with a mirror image on the other. With the children, we then investigated other natural objects which demonstrated bilateral symmetry and discovered that the patterns on a butterfly wings is the same on both sides, making this an example of bilateral symmetry. We took this idea to create our own butterfly prints, where the children painted on one side of a piece of paper with 3 different coloured paints. As they worked, the children talked about how the colours mixed together to make new colours. We then folded the piece of paper, making sure that we flattened the piece of paper along the centre of the line. Before opening it up to look at, we talked about what might have happened to our painting and how the painting would look and why. By looking at the butterfly, the children realised the pattern was the same on both sides of the folded line, and so each side was a mirror image along the line of symmetry. Bilateral symmetry is an important concept for young children to understand, as it teaches children about order and classification and helps children to learn different parts of shapes, as well as helped children to develop natural curiosity about the world around them. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Good night.